Alright, today I'm trading using WEBULL. Crazy guy. Look at level 2. Breakout halted right now. Halted. Crazy guy. Halted right now, guy. Crazy. It's a good trade. I got in right there at 10. 726. Crazy right now. Let's see what's going on, guys. Let's see what's going on. Come on, Bitcoin go down. A lot of people trade NVIDIA today, huh? NVIDIA. Let's see what's going on with NVIDIA. NV. Yeah, up $7. Like Bear Plus, huh? Open. SBRT open. Let's see. If I could break $8 or not. Crazy $8. That's crazy right there. Look at that. Look at that guy. Crazy, huh? This stuff keeps moving. More plus or what? Clear all my stuff right here. Still some here. See, I try to learn right now, okay, and see what's going on. Let me. See how hat right there. A lot of pressure right there, $8. Break A, come on. This stuff can move, guys. This stuff can move. 8. Crazy. That's called so squeeze right there. Crazy. Huh? Take some profit right there. Whoa. Whoa. Look at guys, see? This stuff, they scare you out right there. You need to take profit, that's all. But when it wreck 820, you see the moon. I have only a couple of shares left. Crazy, huh? Okay. see. Share stop, qualify stop at bid. No. Turbo tree. See, it's still learning right now, guys. Let's try here. Okay, had to clear all the stop right there. Crazy, this stuff crazy, guy. You can run. You can run, guy. You can run. Watch out microchology right here and see. Microchology right there. never die. Break again. This time, let's try and break it. Check. Yep. That's crazy, guy. Right here, E40. Crazy, that's squeeze, guy. Let me choose here. Only have one share left. Oh man, it's fun. Check out this one right here. Look at it. Yesterday. Look at this. Crazy. How about this one? This went straight up right there. Crazy, huh? I gotta keep going higher. How can I put the stop loss right here, guys? Where's stop loss? The 10%. Okay, right there. Share stop 10%. That's good. All right. So I have the sell stop right here. Crazy. $7.36. I got stop right here. $7.36. Cool. That's good, guy. Keep learning. look at that, keep going higher, guys. It's crazy. crazy. This one crazy. I haven't one share left. Lazy bit, crazy, huh? I'm doing good. I got in this one 7 right here, 720, 720, 725. Right now $8. Keep going, keep selling, selling, selling. Three small side only, fun guy. Small side, baby. Look at this one. Let's see. This one crazy. Look at no volume, guys. No volume. I still have this one. Short the NVIDIA SNTL. I still short this one right here. My price right there, 12. My price right there, 1281. They go higher right now. Michael Charlie in trouble. Support 181, Michael Charlie. Market crazy, man. Market is crazy. Let's take this one, look here. Keep go higher, higher. I have only one share left. Crazy. It's okay. Make money. I'm testing right now. Testing the market. The system worked good, guys. Okay. Okay, let me try. I cancel this. Okay, and I put down sell stop right here. I go all the way up here. Take 5%. Cancel here. Sell stop at 5%. See? I need to put down the setting right here. Stop, quantity. Put down now 6%. Okay. I put down 6% right there. Cool. That's a crazy one. That's a good one, guys. Keep going higher, huh? That's a good one, man. Keep going higher. Let it go.
impulsive, impulsive,
Hey traders, awesome to see you all here. Again, thanks for joining. Just an important announcement, this stream here is delayed. If you want to get access to the live features, so the live stream, the live commentary, access to our private Discord room chat, then use the link that we have in the description just under this video, guys. And also I would like to ask you all kindly to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that already. And again, I'll see you guys out there. Thank you.
Look at that. It's collapsing. So when you get out, that's it. Stop now. I stop at what? What price is that? Let's see. That's a big handle, guys. My stop at 832, 832. Crazy. That's good. Yeah, we have S moving too. This guy moving too. What the volume of this one? Yeah, what is this? Only 5 million. This one out, delisted. This one out. A lot of list right here, out. Keep it higher, huh? 5 million share. This one keep curling back up. This is the back side. Don't touch back side. Don't touch back side. I don't want to touch back side. What else moving, guy? LFS. Look at how worship. Look at us, guy. Look at this one. It's sweet back up right now. $200. Crazy. Why I put MS right here? This one delisted. Come on, Michael Charlie T. Michael Charlie T. Come on, man. Get out right here. I hold 180. And the 180 I hold. It's support right here. See, people jumping on this one right now. Look at it go higher, 4 plus. Ball plot, baby. Look at this one, keep back up right there, VWAP right now, guys. VWAP. VWAP right here. Let's see what's going on. $8 VWAP. This one good, they have BTE, Bitcoin too. See, they have everything, got Bitcoin too. So I can trade Bitcoin. And all the way down. Bitcoin try to hold right here. Bitcoin try to hold right there, 80 to 90,000 right there. Okay. So you got yesterday's bull plot. This is a bear plot right here, Bitcoin. Bear plot Bitcoin, guys. bear flash. Right there. Microchallenge coming down now. Look right there. Microchallenge. SGBX stuck right there at the VWAP right there. Resistance usually it touch right there. Resistance build ball flash, break ball flash, maybe go double top. Who knows? Never know. Right there. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on. Microchallenge collapsing. I still short microchallenge. Make a couple $1 right now. Keep sorting right there, guy. Microchallenge. Look at that. Come on, break it. Break 13. Microchallenge in big trouble. Come on, keep going higher, baby. No emotional. Why? Look like no trade, guy. You trade small, you have no emotional. You can see it. Let me take profit right here and see what's going on. Let's see. Let's see 2 share, 3 share. Let's see. Parent trader stop loss, take profit. It required to open position. Please notify. I have no idea. Let me see over here. Yep, over here working. Whoop, how many share? 2 share. Over here working, I have 2 systems, guy. I have 2. Right here. See that 2? The 2 system right there, guy. Share 13. 12.98. Crazy. Take profit, take profit, take profit, guy. Microchallenge collapsing. Come on, break 13. LFS, look at it, that break again. Ball plus. Look, this one collapsing. Look at that, crazy, see? Oh man, you cannot break the VWAP, you see that? Boom! The short control right now. The short in control right now, okay? It's easy, huh? You will not hold the VWAP, get out. Get out, get out, get out. This is the backside right here, so easy. Buy, sell. Line. So, open order. Trading record. Okay. Yeah, good. I learn every day, guys. Learn every day. Test. Over here. It called the top. Backside. For short only. Right there. Over here, the backside guy. Okay, this one moving too right here, right now. 1 million share, no flow. I like it. I like the chart. I like the setup. Easy to trade. I can feel with E-Trade, guys. I can feel. I have E-Trade since 1997. And confusing, crazy. E-Trade suck. Power E-Trade, the joke, guy. Power E-Trade, the joke. This guy got no volume. Look at microchology collapsing. Collapsing, guy.
Mm-hmm.
The collapsing guy.
Mm-hmm.
Hey traders, awesome to see you all here. Again, thanks for joining. Just an important announcement, this stream here is delayed. If you want to get access to the live features, so the live stream, the live commentary, access to our private Discord room chat, then use the link that we have in the description just under this video, guys. And also, I would like to ask you all kindly to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that already. And again, I'll see you guys out there. Thank you.
Bitcoin collapsing, guys. Bitcoin collapsing. Microchology collapsing. Look at Bitcoin. Huh? Is that the bear plus? Needs to hold right there, 88. Bitcoin need to hold 88. Where my phone? Need to hold right there, guy. Crazy. Microchology. Where microchology? Look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin collapsing. Need to hold right there. I told you guys yesterday, building a bear plus. Microchology bear plus. Every day you make $10, $10, and you build up your knowledge. That's okay. But don't talk about the money. Building your good habit, guys. Building your good habit. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Treat like smart. Treat like a big guy. Treat like a professional. You treat small, you treat long, you treat all kinds. Look at here. See, you get out. That's it. Look at it. You get out, guys. Look at here. That's the back side. Is that right? Back side, back side, back side. Look at that guy. Mix in. You short backside, that's all. Look, microchology, look at that guy. Huh? Microchology. Collapsing. Support right here. Collapsing. Everything collapsing. And really collapsing too, trust me. Coming down.
Overhead.
When you go higher and higher, that's it. This one all the way down, guys. Look at it. Microchology. Microchology. Look, I told you. Trend right there. Microchology, guys. Look at it. Microchology all the way down. Support right here. Right here. Almost put the support right here, 180. Let's see it reversal or not. 180 support, guy. It break right here already, so break here already.
WEBULL.
Break right there. Okay. And right there, right here. That's it. Break right here. Try to pull back up. Ball plus, down. Try to hold right here and see what's going on. 180. You try to curl back up right there and see. We play more semi-fi compact, more compact. Rename, detect, remove watch list. Where is it? Microchology. Collapsing. Break right here, come on. Baby coming down. When it coming down, okay? When it coming down, guys. When it coming up. Look at that. $178. New low. Big trouble, guy. Big trouble. Big trouble.
For you.
President Trump has signed legislation requiring his administration to release files on convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. This new law requires the Justice Department to release all files and communications related to Epstein within 30 days. Scripps
Look at
News
this
Deputy
one,
Political Director
crazy.
Joe St. George joins us now live from Capitol Hill. And Joe, I think a lot of people thought this day would never come. But what do we know about when something might be released, who would be releasing it, what might be in there? Catch us up to date, if you would.
More questions than answers this morning. The headline is that this law is now the law of the land. And the Trump administration, the government, has 30 days, the clock's officially started, to provide more transparency for the public, not just related to Jeffrey Epstein, but also associates of Jeffrey Epstein. The president signed this last night. That starts the clock last night. That puts us somewhere 30 days from now, December.
Let's begin with a simple truth. You can't control the market. You can't control what happens next.
Yep.
But you can control how you respond, and that's where everything changes. The idea of never losing money doesn't mean you'll never take a loss. That's impossible. It means you'll never lose yourself in the process of taking one. Because the real loss doesn't happen in your account, it happens in your mind. Every time you react emotionally,
Look at that guy.
every time you
Collapsing.
trade fear or revenge, you're giving away control. The market becomes your teacher, and the lesson repeats until you learn it. The only way to never lose money is to stop fighting the idea of loss. Accept it.
Said
This
it.
is part of the
Not small.
When you stop resisting the inevitable, you stop losing emotionally. And when you stop losing emotionally, your actions become consistent. Think of it like this. Professional traders don't need to know what will happen next. They only need to know how they will behave when it does. That's power. That's control. That's the edge. Every outcome is just information. Every mistake is just data. Every trade, every decision, it's feedback that sharpens your discipline and deepens your belief in process over prediction. When you operate from that mindset, you've already won, because the game stops being about money and starts being about mastery. And the one who masters themselves never truly loses. Most people spend their entire lives trying to avoid losing. They design their actions, their
Come on, break 178.
their emotions around the need to protect themselves from pain, from failure, from the feeling of being wrong. But the irony is that this fear of losing is the very thing that guarantees they will lose over and over again. You see, the concept of losing is not something that exists in the external world. It's something you create internally through your interpretation of events. The market doesn't care if you make or lose money. It doesn't care who you are, how much effort you put in, or how badly you want to win. The market simply moves. It reflects nothing but collective behavior and probability. The only thing that gives meaning to the outcome is your perception of it. When people talk about losing money, What they're really describing is the emotional reaction that follows an unexpected result. They equate being wrong with being punished, as if the market is judging them personally. But the truth is, every so-called loss is just a moment in time, a piece of feedback from a dynamic environment. It's neutral until you give it meaning. You never lose money in the sense of losing something that was truly yours. What you lose is the illusion of control, the illusion of certainty, the illusion that you knew what was going to happen next. And when that illusion shatters, your ego feels exposed, vulnerable, and threatened. That's what people call a loss. To redefine what losing means, you must first detach from the belief that the outcome defines your worth. Most people approach trading, business, or even life decisions as if success or failure determines their identity. When they win, they feel validated. I knew it. I'm smart. I'm capable. When they lose, they feel diminished. I failed. I'm not good enough. I'll never make it. This constant emotional swing destroys consistency. It prevents you from ever seeing reality as it truly is. You start interpreting data through the filter of your emotional state, and when that happens, objectivity disappears. The first step to never losing money is to recognize that outcomes are neutral. They have no emotional charge until you give them one. A trade that goes against you isn't a failure, it's information. It's telling you something about the market, about your strategy, or about your mindset at the time. Maybe it reveals that your entry criteria weren't aligned with your rules. Maybe it exposes a lack of patience or discipline. Or maybe it shows that you followed your plan perfectly, and the market simply behaved differently this time because probability doesn't guarantee outcome. Once you truly understand that, you stop feeling attacked by the result. When you stop defining yourself by outcomes, something powerful happens. You become free.
Jeremy,
Free to
stop
act
at
without
10%.
hesitation, free to follow your plan without fear, free to see the truth without distortion. Losing no longer feels like losing. It feels like learning. You begin to realize that every single loss carries with it a lesson, a mirror reflecting your beliefs, habits, and expectations. The market becomes your greatest teacher, but only if you're humble enough to listen. Think about how children learn to walk. They fall hundreds of times, but they never think of it as losing. They don't get discouraged or label themselves as failures. They simply adjust, stand up again, and try once more. Every fall teaches balance, timing, and awareness. The process is pure, uncorrupted by ego. But as we grow older, we start associating mistakes with shame. We start believing that losing means something is wrong with us, that it exposes weakness. And from that moment on, we begin to resist the very experiences that would make us stronger. In trading and in life, losing money is unavoidable. It's part of the natural flow of probability. Even the most skilled professional will have losing trades, losing days, even losing months. What separates the professional from the amateur is that the
Hey
professional
traders,
has
awesome
redefined what those
to
moments
see you all
mean.
here again. Thanks for joining. Just an
losing trade
important
is a
announcement.
punishment.
This stream here is
It's an
delayed
expected
if you
event
want to
within
get
a
access
statistical
to
framework.
the live
They've
features,
accepted the randomness of distribution. They know that if they execute their plan consistently, the probability will play out in
then
their
use the
favor over
link that we
time.
have in the description.
The amateur, on the other hand, sees
and
each loss as a
also I would like
personal
to
failure.
ask you all
They
kindly to
tighten
hit
up,
the like
hesitate,
button,
overtrade, or
subscribe
try
to
to
the channel if
get
you
back.
haven't done that
That
already.
emotional
And
reaction,
again, I'll see you
not
guys
the
out
trade
there.
itself,
Thank you.
is what causes real damage. The real loss isn't in the numbers. It's in the mind
Except
that
13.
interprets those numbers through fear. The market can't hurt you unless you give it permission to.
30.
Your thoughts about the outcome that create the pain, not the outcome itself. If you risk 1% of your account and lose it, nothing catastrophic has happened. It's a manageable, predefined cost of doing business. But if you attach your self-worth to that 1%, the loss becomes unbearable. You start reacting emotionally, which leads to more mistakes, which create more losses, and the cycle continues. Redefining losing means understanding that losses are not obstacles, they're feedback mechanisms. They show you where your beliefs conflict with market reality. They highlight where your expectations are out of alignment with probability. Every time you take a trade, you're expressing a belief about what's likely to happen next. When that belief is proven wrong, it's an opportunity to examine it, not a reason to feel ashamed. The trader who learns to see this will evolve faster than anyone else. because they stop resisting what is.
Selling
They
right
stop
here, guys.
resisting
Look at that
emotional
sell
energy
right
trying to
there.
control outcomes, and instead focus on refining process. True mastery comes when you stop judging yourself for losing. When you accept that loss,
See a small side right there. There's a ball flash. So
emotional roller coaster that tracks
I test the system, guy. I test the
It's only
system.
possible when your emotional state no longer
Right here.
depends on
Let me
winning
see
or
sharing
losing.
right here too, Sarah.
Imagine approaching every trade, every decision with the same calm, focused mindset, regardless of outcome. That's
Take
what
the
professional
order with the calculation quality let one share.
to accept uncertainty as normal.
Crazy. Too many systems I can feel.
You redefine risk. You begin to see that risk isn't something to avoid. It's something to manage.
I can feel,
Every
guys.
decision in life involves uncertainty.
I
The
didn't
more
share.
comfortable you become with that uncertainty, the more power you gain. The person who fears losing can't act decisively. They hesitate, overanalyze, and miss opportunities. The person who accepts that losing is just part of the process moves freely. They make decisions quickly, adapt fluidly, and stay focused on the long game. Most people think success comes from having the perfect strategy, the perfect entry, or the perfect system. But perfection is an illusion. The real key to success is mindset, specifically how you respond to imperfection. When you make peace with losing, you stop fighting reality. And when you stop fighting reality, you start flowing with it. The market is just energy in motion. Your job is not to control it, but to align yourself with it. To never lose money, you must stop defining loss in emotional terms. Money can be gained or lost. That's the nature of the game. But psychological capital, emotional control, and discipline, those are the true assets. Every time you stay calm after a losing trade, you're compounding psychological capital. Every time you stick to your plan despite
Why 100 share? I got no idea, guy.
every time you learn from a loss instead of resisting it, you're becoming more resilient. Over time, that inner strength translates directly into external results. So the next time you experience a loss in trading, business, or life, pause for a moment. Instead of asking, why did this happen to me? Ask, what is this teaching me? That simple shift changes everything. It turns pain into power, confusion into clarity, and loss into growth. You realize that losing was never the problem. The real problem was your definition of losing. Once that changes, the fear disappears, the frustration fades, and what's left is pure awareness, the ability to see things as they truly are without distortion. That's when you stop chasing perfection. You stop needing to be right. You start focusing on being aligned, being consistent, being present. You begin to operate with the confidence of someone who knows that no single trade, no single decision defines their future. Because when your mindset is aligned with truth, there's no such thing as losing, only learning, only growing, only becoming more attuned to the flow of probability and opportunity. When you reach that point, you've transcended the emotional traps that hold most people back. You're no longer afraid of the market, of uncertainty, or of failure. You realize that losing isn't the opposite of winning. It's part of winning. Every loss was simply a stepping stone leading you closer to mastery. And in that realization, you finally understand what it truly means to never lose money. In the world of trading and decision making, most people believe that their success depends on their ability to predict outcomes. They think that if they know what will happen next, they'll
How do I
finally
know how
feel
to
safe,
set this stuff?
in control, confident. But that illusion is the very thing that keeps them trapped. Because the moment your sense of
Share the
security
bit.
depends on an outcome, you've already given your power away.
I
You put
share.
your emotional stability in the hands of something you can't control. And the truth is, the market doesn't owe you certainty. It doesn't owe you clarity, fairness, or reward. It will do whatever it wants to do. And your only real freedom
By the
lies
bit?
in how you respond to it.
By the ass?
Detaching
Why
emotion from
100 share?
outcome doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop needing the outcome to feel okay. It means you stop letting the result define your work, your skill, or your progress. Most traders and most people tie their emotional state directly to performance. When they
Tension
win,
out,
they feel
yes.
confident and capable. When they lose, they feel anxious and uncertain. That emotional roller coaster is exhausting. It destroys consistency, clouds judgment, and creates a cycle of reaction instead of calm execution. The only way to break that cycle is to accept that outcomes are neutral. They don't define you. They simply reflect the interaction between your behavior and the market's movement. Think of the market as a mirror. It shows you exactly where your beliefs, fears, and impulses stand in relation to reality. When you attach emotion to the outcome, you distort that reflection. You see what you want to see, not what's actually there. You start hoping instead of observing, fearing instead of executing. But when you detach, you start seeing clearly. You realize that the market is not your opponent. It's not against you, and it's not for you. It simply exists. Your job is not to predict or control it, but to align with it through discipline, patience, and objectivity. Most traders believe that emotional control comes from winning more. They think that if they could just start having more successful trades, they'd finally feel calm. But that's backward. Emotional control doesn't come after success. It comes before it. True consistency begins the moment you stop being emotionally affected by winning or losing. Because once you detach from the need for any single outcome, you free your mind to execute flawlessly. You can follow your plan with precision, not because you know what will happen next, but because you trust your process. When you make a decision, a trade, a business move, or any commitment, there are only two things you can control: your preparation and your response. Everything else is uncertainty. You can do your analysis perfectly, but the outcome is still governed by probability. You might have an 80% edge, but that still means 20% of the time you'll lose. If you can't emotionally accept that 20%, you'll never be able to trade that 80% effectively. The moment you tie your emotions to the result, you create fear. Fear of loss, fear of being wrong, fear of missing out. And fear leads to hesitation, impulsive decisions, and self-sabotage. Detaching emotion from outcome is not about becoming cold or robotic. It's about becoming free. It's about developing a quiet confidence rooted in process, not in results. When you execute a trade according to your plan and it loses, that's still a success. You acted in alignment with your rules. You respected probability. You stayed consistent. That's all that matters. If you define success by process, not outcome, you create a stable foundation for growth. But if you define success by outcome, your foundation will always be unstable because outcomes fluctuate. The truth is, emotional attachment is rooted in expectation. The stronger your expectation of a specific result, the stronger your emotional reaction when it doesn't happen. You can't control the market.
Crazy
You control
guy.
your expectations. When you release the need for things to go a certain way, you stop creating internal.
I'm learning all day, guys. Sell the
The
market,
moment becomes clear and fluid again.
sell the
You
big,
act,
sell
you
the
observe,
ass,
you adjust. You
moving.
don't force, you don't chase, you don't react. That's what it means to trade in the zone. A state of effortless flow, where you're fully engaged but emotionally detached. To reach that state, you must train your mind to accept uncertainty as normal. Most people fear uncertainty because they associate it with danger. But uncertainty is simply the natural state of all markets and of life itself. Every moment contains infinite possibilities. Trying to control them is impossible. The moment you accept it, you stop fighting reality.
Sell on the sell stop. This one need to get out. Sell on the sell stop. I got no idea, tell the truth.
You act not to avoid pain or to chase pleasure.
Sell the
Your
market.
plan tells you it's time to act.
Buy the market, buy the bit. Crazy. Get rid of all the here.
Every time you let an outcome affect your emotions, you're reinforcing the belief that your happiness depends on external events. Over time, that belief drains your energy. You start chasing the market, trying to force it to validate you. But the market doesn't validate anyone. It's indifferent. The only validation that matters comes from within, from knowing you did what you were supposed to do, regardless of result.
Trade.
That's true confidence.
Hot
That's what
key.
separates a professional mindset from an amateur one. Emotional detachment is also about trust, trusting your edge, your preparation, and your
Sell right there.
You don't need to know what will happen next. You just need to know that you'll follow your rules, manage your risk, and execute without hesitation.
Sell the market.
When you operate from that mindset,
Quality.
you're unstoppable. Not
Hot
because you always
key.
win, but because losing doesn't shape you. You become consistent because your behavior is no longer influenced by short-term outcomes. Every
Control.
action you take builds long-term results through
Sell.
the power of probability. You'll notice that the more emotionally detached you become, the less dramatic trading feels. There's no more rush, no more panic, no more emotional highs or lows. It becomes simple, almost boring.
Control.
It's the paradox of mastery. The excitement fades, but the results grow. Because the goal isn't to feel stimulated.
How I do it? Crazy.
It's to feel centered. Professionals don't trade for excitement. They trade for consistency. They've learned that emotional neutrality is the foundation of sustainable success.
Control.
Imagine what it would feel like to approach every trade without
Control
anxiety.
B. Sell.
To see the setup,
Control S.
execute your plan, and accept whatever happens next without emotional turbulence. That's freedom. That's detachment. When you operate from that place, you stop trying to prove anything to yourself or anyone else. You're not trying
Sell
to
the market.
simply follow probabilities. And because of that, you end up winning more often with less stress and fewer mistakes. Detachment doesn't mean indifference.
Percent.
It means balance. It means caring deeply about your craft,
Price here.
your discipline, and the process, but not about any single trade, any single outcome. It's about doing your job well and letting the results take care of themselves. Every trade becomes just another expression of your edge. If it works, great. If it doesn't, you move on. You neither celebrate nor mourn. You simply observe and adjust. The real challenge is training your emotions to follow your logic. You can understand detachment intellectually, but until you practice it repeatedly,
Money.
through real trades, real wins, real losses, your emotions will still resist. You must condition yourself through experience. Every time you react calmly to a losing trade, you're rewiring your brain. You're teaching yourself that loss is not danger, that uncertainty is safe. Over time, that emotional conditioning builds a powerful sense of inner peace. And from that peace, clarity emerges. You start to see patterns more easily, not because you've become smarter, but because your perception is no longer clouded by fear or greed. The market hasn't changed. You have. You're no longer
Crazy guy. How I do it?
You're simply responding to what's there.
I have to learn every day,
That
guys. Look
clarity
at
is where
this
your true edge
system.
lies. It's not in predicting what will happen next.
Buy the
It's perceiving
market.
what's happening now and responding without
Why
any-
100 share? Can I do different?
When you reach that level of detachment, trading stops feeling like a battle. It becomes an exercise in awareness. You don't fight the market, you flow with it.
Okay, 10
You don't
share.
try to control outcomes, you control your response to them. You stop seeking certainty and start embracing probability. And as you do, your performance
Share the
stabilizes.
market.
You
5
stop
share.
overtrading, stop forcing trades,
Stop.
chasing the need to make up losses. You become consistent because your mind is consistent. Ultimately, detaching emotion from
share.
outcome is about reclaiming your power. As long as your happiness depends on what happens outside of you, you'll be a slave to circumstances. But when you anchor your peace within, when your satisfaction comes from discipline, process, and self-mastery, nothing can shake you. Wins and losses become background noise. You move through the market
I get
with
it.
calm confidence.
I get it, guy.
knowing
I
that no
get it.
single result defines you. This
Drawing
mindset
stop.
doesn't just apply to trading. It applies to everything in life. Relationships, careers, goals, all are governed
share.
by the same principle. The more you attach to a specific outcome, the more suffering you create. The more you let go, the more free you become. Detachment isn't about apathy, it's about trust. Trust in yourself, trust in the process, and trust in the flow of life. When you finally detach emotion from outcome, you stop living reactively. You stop being pulled by the highs of winning and the lows of losing. You find balance, you find presence. And from that stillness, your true potential unfolds. Because now, you're no longer chasing control, you are control. The market becomes a reflection of your inner state, and when your inner state is calm, disciplined, and detached, your results follow naturally. That's when trading becomes effortless. That's when life becomes simple. That's when you realize that detachment isn't about losing emotion. It's about gaining freedom. And in that freedom, you find the space to perform at your highest level.
Let's try to share the market. 5 share, 5 share.
Without fear. Every trader believes they're playing a game.
Share the market.
But the truth
Let's try
is,
one share, so I can
the
try.
real opponent is internal. Your beliefs, your
Let's share
fears,
here.
your impulses, your
Oh yeah,
expectations.
okay.
Every time you sit in front of the screen, you're not competing with other traders. You're competing with yourself. The battle is not between you and price action. It's between your
Good profit, guy.
emotions, your logic and your impulses, your patience and your need for instant gratification. Mastering the inner game means learning how to bring those opposing forces into harmony. It means learning to act with clarity in an environment designed to trigger your deepest insecurities. The outer world,
My price 1281.
price, the volatility,
This morning I sell right here 13.
whatever's unresolved,
Two share right there.
will show up in your trading.
Where is it? That's good. Sell whoa market.
The market will amplify it. If you're arrogant,
That's good.
the market will
Good
humble.
system, guy.
Every emotion you suppress finds its way to the surface when money is on the line. That's why trading is such a powerful teacher. It reveals you to yourself.
And almost making $1 a share. Shorting microstrategy.
When you start studying your own psychology with the same precision you study the markets. To master the inner game, you must first accept full responsibility for everything that happens in your trading. Every decision, every outcome, every emotional reaction, they're all yours. Most traders look for something or someone to blame when things go wrong. The market makers, the algorithm, the news, bad luck. But the moment you blame something external, you give away your power. You become a victim of circumstances instead of a master of your craft. The truth is, the market doesn't do anything to you. It simply reflects your level of readiness and emotional balance. Once you understand that, you stop looking outward for answers and start looking inward. The inner game begins with awareness. Awareness of what you believe about risk, success, failure, and uncertainty. These beliefs shape your behavior more than any system or indicator ever could. For example, if you subconsciously believe that losing money means you're a failure, you'll unconsciously avoid losses at all costs, even when that means holding a losing trade far too long. If you believe that winning validates your worth, you'll take unnecessary risk to chase that emotional high. The market doesn't respond to what you want, it responds to what you are. Your results are a reflection of your internal state. To change your results, you must first change your relationship with your thoughts and emotions. Self-awareness is the foundation of mastery. You can't control your emotions directly, but you can become aware of them before they control you. The mind loves to react, to protect, to justify, to defend. It's a survival mechanism. But in trading, those instincts can destroy you. The impulse to protect yourself from emotional pain, by avoiding stops, by doubling down, by chasing losses, is what causes the most damage. Mastering the inner game means developing enough awareness to pause between impulse and action. That small gap, the space between feeling and reacting, is where all your power lies. In that space you can choose. You can choose patience over fear, discipline over impulsiveness, acceptance over resistance. Every time you act consciously instead of reactively, you weaken the emotional patterns that have been controlling you. Over time, those patterns lose power. You begin to feel a sense of inner stillness, even while the market is chaotic. You stop needing the market to behave in a certain way for you to feel comfortable. You stop needing certainty. You stop needing to be right. That's when you start trading from a place of truth instead of from a place of fear. True mastery doesn't mean you never feel fear or doubt again. It means you no longer let those feelings dictate your behavior. Emotions will always be there. They're part of being human. The difference is when you've mastered the inner game, emotions become information instead of commands. Fear tells you where you're still attached. It shows you where you're still seeking validation. Frustration reveals where you're resisting what is. You start using your emotions as indicators of your own state of alignment. The more awareness you bring to them, the less power they have over you. There's a profound shift that happens when you realize that the market doesn't owe you anything. You're not entitled to profits because you worked hard, studied for hours, or waited patiently. The market doesn't reward effort, it rewards alignment. Alignment between your mindset, your method, and the market's reality. If any one of those is off balance, you'll feel friction. Most traders respond to that friction by forcing outcomes, chasing trades, or abandoning their plans. But the professional responds with curiosity. They step back and ask, what's this showing me about myself? That's the mindset of mastery. Mastering the inner game also means learning to trust probability. Most people intellectually understand probability, but emotionally they reject it. They say they accept risk, but they still expect every trade to work out. When it doesn't, they react emotionally because deep down they believed it shouldn't have gone against them. True mastery means accepting that anything can happen at any time and being okay with that. You don't predict, you prepare. You don't hope, you execute. You don't react, you respond. This is what separates consistency from chaos. It takes courage to face yourself honestly. The inner game demands that you look at the parts of yourself you'd rather ignore. The fear of missing out, the need to be right, the discomfort with uncertainty, the impatience, the ego that wants recognition. These aren't flaws, they're signals. Each one points to an area where you can grow. The trader who runs from these emotions will keep repeating the same mistakes, no matter how advanced their system becomes. But the trader who confronts them gains control, because when you understand your own mind, you understand everyone else's. And that's what gives you the true edge in the market. Mastering the inner game is also about acceptance. Not passive acceptance, but active surrender to reality. The market will do what it does. You can't fight it. The moment you stop trying to control the uncontrollable, your mind becomes calm. When that calmness, clarity arises. You start to see the market as a flow of opportunities, not as a threat to your security. You stop needing to make money on every trade and start focusing on making good decisions. When good decisions compound over time, profits follow naturally. The inner game is the invisible structure behind every successful trader's performance. It's what keeps you grounded when the market moves against you. It's what keeps you humble when things are going well. It allows you to stay objective when others are panicking. You develop emotional balance, not by suppressing your feelings, but by understanding them. The goal is not to eliminate emotion, but to prevent it from controlling your behavior. That balance is the difference between reacting impulsively and acting with precision. To master the inner game, you must learn to think in probabilities, not possibilities. When you think in probabilities, each trade becomes just one of many. You stop giving any single outcome emotional significance. You don't get overly excited when you win or overly discouraged when you lose. You simply record the result, analyze it, and move on. The energy you once spent on emotional swings becomes available for focus, creativity, and execution. That's how consistency is born, not from perfection, but from emotional neutrality. Another key aspect of mastering the inner game is forgiveness. Forgiveness of yourself for past mistakes. Many traders carry emotional baggage from losses that still haunt them. They replay those moments in their minds, using them as proof that they can't succeed. But every mistake you've made was part of your learning process. You couldn't have done it differently at that level of awareness. Forgiveness is what releases you from the past and allows you to trade in the present moment. Because the market only exists in the now. Not in your memories, not in your projections, but right here, right now. Presence is the ultimate state of mastery. When your mind is fully in the present, free from
Alright guys, I'm
fear
done.
and regret,
See you guys later.
you see the market as it is, not as you want it to be. You're no longer distracted by noise, opinions, or external influences. You trust yourself. You act effortlessly, not because you're forcing discipline, but because discipline has become your nature. The market becomes a reflection of your inner town, and that's when you begin to experience flow, that state where every decision feels natural, every action feels aligned, and time seems to slow down. Mastering the inner game is not a destination, it's a lifelong practice. The more you evolve, the more layers you uncover. Each level of mastery reveals a deeper level of awareness. It's not about becoming perfect. It's about becoming more conscious, more centered, more present. Every challenge, every loss, every setback is an opportunity to strengthen your inner foundation. You don't grow by avoiding discomfort. You grow by facing it with awareness. The market is the greatest mirror you'll ever encounter. It will reflect your fear, your greed, your confidence, and your patience. It will test every belief you hold about yourself. But once you